Hello, friends. So I am a little bit late in terms of it being September the 4th, and I am just announcing this month's theme. So this month's theme is going to be leadership. I recently finished the book 11 Rings, which documents Phil Jackson, who's the great NBA coach who won 11 NBA championships. And the reason why I chose this book was because Phil Jackson is actually a meditator. He considers himself to be Zen, and his approach to leadership and to bringing his team together was quite novel. And from my understanding, it's actually something that many teams now bring in to their own practice. So he would have his players do meditation, he would bring in people to teach yoga and Tai Chi, and this was all in an effort to really bring the team together. And his mentality was, if they had one breath, if they could function as one and have that connection to each other, that one breath, one mind, he said. And that was his formula for success. So one thing still is sticking out to me for the past, since I finished it. And he said, you can't be a leader. And he said this to Kobe Bryant when Kobe was young and immature, and he came in and he didn't want to be Shaq's number 2. He wanted to be number 1. And he wanted to be a captain. And Phil Jackson goes, you can't be a leader if no one will follow you. So Kobe wasn't taking the time to get to know his players, to spend time with them out off the court. He was just focused on being the best that he could be. And I think that's really an interesting way of looking at leadership. That leadership is bringing people together. It's not only dictating what you believe to be right. And that's also the example that Phil Jackson set, that he was going to lead by example, that he was going to have his players follow him because of his example of how he was going to lead. So being calm, focused, strategic, really involved, really getting to know his players, and really learning how to communicate with them. He didn't have the same communication style for each player. And he also tried to pass on his knowledge. So he would give the players once a year a book that he thought complemented their personality and would push them closer or more along would shape their character, would give them a little bit more character development. And not everyone adopted it. Not everyone read the books. Not everyone drank the Kool-Aid. But it was his way of leading by example, by giving to his team and bringing them together. So it had to have some success, right? 11 rings is a lot. So I guess I just want to say off the bat today that's what I guess I'm trying to do with this blog, right? And with this website and by teaching yoga is I don't think it's so novel in a sense that I'm doing something completely outside the norm by meditating, by doing yoga. And Phil Jackson wasn't really doing anything novel. It was just in terms of bringing it into a sports arena. And that's my goal, in a sense, that the yoga, the meditation, the Reiki, to really bring that into daily life. So the idea that you don't need to be a yogi and practice every single day or constantly being checked into your breath, but that slowly you begin to integrate what we learn together or what you begin to assimilate into your day-to-day from what resonates with you, and then that pushes you along in on your path, or that begins to shape your character somewhat for the positive. Okay, so another point on that, just before I close, is that that's also what I try to do with these blogs. I don't write a script for them. I just show up where I am and where my mind is and what I want to share. And I don't edit them. And I think that that is important to me, that people show up how they are. That people, in that moment, that they're present and that they're speaking their truth. And there is some strategy to it, right? So for this month, we are going to be working on leadership. And since this is only the second month that the website is live, I anticipate, and I could allow you to anticipate that this blog will change, that the strategy behind it will evolve as I evolve as a teacher and as things get more clear as we begin to work together. So please leave suggestions. Your comments are greatly appreciated. And I look forward to sharing more of what I've learned on leadership and hopefully incorporating that into what I bring to you on a weekly basis.